This is a preview on how to work IXL Y.5. The directions say graph the line that has a slope of 4 and includes the point 0, 0. Okay, so on this IXL you're always going to start with whatever point they gave you. So you're just going to go and plot that first. And then you're going to look at the slope. So you know that slope is a ratio of the rise over run. So most of the time it's going to give you a fraction for the slope, but this one is just giving me a natural number. And we talked about if you need to give a number a denominator, you're always going to put a 1 on the bottom. So imagine that as being a slope of 4 over 1. So remember, slope is a rise and a run. So on the top of my fraction I have a 4. That number on the top of your fraction is telling you how much to rise. So from that point, wherever it was, you rise that top number. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the bottom, I had a 1. And that's always going to tell you the horizontal change. So I'm going to run over 1 unit and put a point. Okay, so you always start with this point at the back, and you're going to go plot it. So mine is 0, 3. So 0 is telling me don't go anywhere. I'm not going left to right on the floor. And 3 is telling me to go up on the y-axis. So here's 0, 3. And then I go look at the slope. It says a slope of 7. You make it have a denominator of 1 if it doesn't have one. So my slope is 7 over 1. That's telling me to rise 7. And run 1. Put a point. Okay, so this is the first one that actually has a fraction for my slope. I'm going to plot that point, 0, 5. And then I look at my slope. The top number is always rise. The bottom number is always the run. So from that point, it's telling me to rise 1 and run 7. Notice that as my slope gets closer to the number 0, because it's a fraction, it got flatter and flatter and flatter. So here's a point 0, 3 with a slope of 6. So I start with the point first, and then my slope tells me how much to rise and run. So it was 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and run over 1 if it doesn't have a denominator. So go ahead and finish IXL Y.5.